Without further ado, just to remind all of you, this is the first time people have done this. Their comedy is in front of them. It's a rough and ready performance. And as I said, a bit of a rehearsal for future live events coming near you very, very soon. So I will speak no more, and we are going to bring on our first act. We are going to keep you on mute. I think there's a couple of us who are unmuted, just so you guys do have a little bit of laughter and smiles. But yeah, if feel free to laugh, even though we can't hear you. We hope this will make you smile at least once. So please put your hands together for the wonderful, beautiful. She worked very, very hard. Take your time with this because we've got short performances. Zeynep Suner.
It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy your...
Hi, everybody. My name is Zeynep. It's a popular name in Islamic culture because Zeynep is the name of daughter of Prophet Muhammad. Yet my father was an atheist, and that perfectly demonstrates how I was raised as a contradiction. You might have heard of Turkey from the Brexit debate or cheap old days with shit belly dances, maybe. You know, when everyone was saying that Turkish people were going to flood over the UK if you stayed in the EU. Well, they were 100% right because I'm here. And I have even worse news for you because I had my citizenship last month. So I won and you lost twice. You're not my family wasn't your traditional Turkish family. My father looked exactly like Maradona, but without the ambition or the drug habit. And a father, I would say, is someone, you know, who is at least generally aware of having a child at all times. Dare I say, maybe when you leave the house with them. Let me give you an example. So I was 2 years old. He's running errands and he's got me in the pram. We were at the off license. He's doing the weekly shop, 10 packets of cigarettes and an apple. He comes back, my mom opens the door and with terror on her face goes, "Where's Zeynep?" And in that moment, he notices that I'm not there. Fuck, I forgot her at the store. He rushes back and here is my favorite bit. As soon as he enters the shop, the woman at the till goes, without blinking an eye, "Bring up Mr. Suner's daughter, please." Professional. Don't get me wrong, I loved him. He was a great dad when he remembered. But that's a type of father, isn't it? A quirky man, abundant with good intentions, yet not so blessed with judgment. He gave me money for every A star I got when I was in primary school, and then he made me invest in stock exchange with that money. I was 10 years old, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know how to tie my shoelaces, but I had shares in NASCAR. No, priorities. Most little girls grow up wanting to marry someone like their dad, not me. If you ask me, I want to marry my mom. The shock on people's faces when I say this. Why is this so controversial? I don't get it. It makes perfect sense to me. First of all, she's the only person I want to grow old with. She laughs at all my jokes. She loves me unconditionally. And she still irons my panties. Amazing housekeeping skills. Also, she has to get a visa every single time she comes to visit. She needs to answer 150 questions. She needs to pay thousands of pounds to apply. If we get married, it will not be controversial, actually. It will be your classic, we got married for visa reasons. Sorted. So when I first moved here, London, everyone kept asking me how I was coping with the chaos of London. Now, I know English is my second language, but I don't think you know what chaos means. I don't understand what's so difficult to handle in this country. Free museums, good cafe on every corner. I spent my previous 10 years in Istanbul, which is a city with 18 million people. And also the taxi drivers choose not only which customer, but where that customer is gonna go. And they ask directions for it. But my main pain is everybody bangs on about how expensive the stuff is all the fucking time. The rent is so expensive. Oh, remember how much a pint used to be? About the cost of living in London. oh man, this flat white cost me $3.60. Can you believe it? You don't want to pay for quid for a coffee? Well, then go and buy your own coffee machine from Argos and be done with it. Oh, what else costs a lot? Human rights. Go try to get a flat white in the Middle East. It's really cheap if you can survive to get one. Please try it, just do it. Tell them your name is Zeynep with a posh British accent. You'll probably get it for free. When you get lost on the way back, give me a call and I'll tell you how you can get yourself out of the chaos. Thank you for listening.
It's later than you think.
The wonderful, poetic, very beautiful Jeanette Dupierre.
Going upstairs. Hi, I am Jeanette, and I'm here to tell you that I hate working in an office. I'm not one of those new age hot desking types. My desk is always the really cold one. It was mine and all mine. The hot deskers used to glare at me and avoid me at the coffee machine and not invite me to their baby showers. All anyone wanted to talk about was gossip, train delays, and who Katie Price was dating. One week we were sent on a team building exercise. Everyone was really excited, and I even wore my brand new red knickers from Primark. But soon realized that the event was happening just down the road from the office. The one highlight was that we had prawn cocktail sandwiches, which were better than the leftover hobnobs at the office from a work meeting in 2017 at ours. I wish I hadn't worn my best knickers. The only time I got attention from my colleagues was when I brought in a massive birthday cake. Suddenly, I felt like Jennifer Lopez for the day. I even wore my green sequin dress like hers, which dazzled the hot deskers. None of my colleagues knew I was a famous poet. Well, famous in Chapel Market. They also knew about my karaoke expertise, especially Big Spender, but that's for another day. Anyway, I wanted to share a poem with you. I'm not one of those poets who writes about their grandmothers for 3 hours, or a quote, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Although I'm quite good at that, I write about things that I'm passionate about. So here is one about black bags. Everywhere, the stench of them, dumped, sprawling, left on street corners, rudely camping, for the dustmen to pick up. A row of them, bunched up, stickily protruding, contaminating, stagnating, somebody's rubbish, some serious waste, some pulled apart mysteriously. The contents a twisted, rotten carrot. Ugh. A bunch of wrinkled cabbage leaves, attacked by night foxes. Pecking pigeons, tearing into the smelly bags as if hypnotized, greasy, forbidden, the stale pizzas torn to bits, pineapple slices, moldy brown rolls, for victim, pigeons greedily peck, puncturing a huge black bag to consume what is visible, then devour what spills out, until a raven swoops down, all majestic and powerful, to claim what is tasty. The pigeons scatter like marbles, leaving the raven to feast and gloat. At least the pigeons had their glory, a tasty nibble, but they will return to eat what's left, if there is any. Thank you. I know that wasn't funny, but it was deep, and black bags mean a lot to me. My latest one will be working on eco-friendly toilet rolls, and I look forward to reciting that one with you. Thanks for listening. Oh, I must put out my black bags.
This is going to be a short snippet of Dan, the Zoom guy.
Zoom, just one look, and then my heart went boom. Suddenly, and we were on the moon, flying high in a neon sky.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I'm Dan, and I'm the Zoom guy.
Yes.
Whether it's your corporate gig, your Zoom Addicts Anonymous, or your Zoom funeral, I'm here to help resolve any technical issues so that your new normal runs as smoothly as a new variant. Any Zoom job you need doing, and I'm your Dan. I love my job. I'll give you a few examples of just how pleasurable it can be. I was helping on a comedy course the other day, and half the participants were either stoned off their faces and the other half were just wearing balaclavas. I imagine the reason because they were on much harder drugs. But that's kind of just what happens when you work with Islington residents. On top of this, I've got dyspraxia. So many of you might know what dyslexia is. It's kind of when you get your spelling all mixed up, all the letters. Well, dyspraxia is similar, but you get sequencing muddled. Take small talk, for example. We all like and do, well, we don't all like, but we all do small talk, right? How are you doing? Fine, thanks. How are you? It's a process. It kind of warms you up, gets you ready for the heavy stuff. It's quite useful. But when you've got dyspraxia, it's really hard to be polite. I met my new boss last week. He said, "Hi, Dan, I'm your new boss. Nice to meet you." I said, "What's the matter with you? You've got a face like a bulldog chewing a wasp." For 28 years, people think I'm an asshole, but I just have dyspraxia. I'm signing on this Monday. The latest thing is Zoom fatigue. I was in a meeting the other day and everyone had their camera off. What's that all about? I'll tell you what Zoom fatigue is. Zoom fatigue is when you can no longer operate in the real world like a real person. I tried to mute the guy in the corner shop the other day. Didn't work. I wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night, screaming, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Unmute yourself." It's got to the stage where I have to carry a mirror with me everywhere I go, just to reassure myself I'm still here, still in the picture, the Zoom guy, making everything fucking normal. Because I'm your Dan. Thank you very much.
Woo! I want you to put your hands together for Islington's one and only Slim Boom Boom in the house.
Slim has left the building. Yes, Miss CA. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Miss Sally. Yes, Dan. I got dressed up just for you lot. Hello, Amber. Looking gorgeous.
I like your hat.
Looking like a skinny Dawn French. As I was saying, so thanks for coming, guys. No, but seriously, this is dedicated to Amber and Lisa. Thanks for being here. Thanks for putting this course on with the lovely TA. And I'm going to get right into it. So I'm dressed like this because if my jokes are shit, then at least you can enjoy my outfit. My earring isn't actually working. It's supposed to be shining. But anyway, I've got a very short and clean set for you, much like a lesbian's fingernails before the first date. And don't be alarmed. I am allowed to say that I am a nail clipper carrying member of the LGBT community. LGBT, does anyone know what LGBT means? If you don't know, I'm going to spell it out for you. LGBT. Let's grab big telephones. Okay? I wasn't going to say anything filthy. Keep your mind clean, Amber. I can see you. Okay, I'm looking at you. Right. So I had a very tough time at school, actually. The kids would say to me that when I grew up, that I'd moved to Turndyke Lane. Can you... Amber, you're laughing. It was traumatic, okay? Anyway, when the teacher asked me what I wanted to do when I left school, apparently go home and sleep with Mariah Carey was the wrong answer. But I was young. I didn't understand semantics. I said what I thought she was asking. Anyway, as you can probably tell, this is a very interactive set, and I'm going to ask you questions. I would love if you could unmute yourselves, guys. I don't want to be too clean. I want it unmuted. I want some interaction. If you've got it, please, people, come on. This is a lonely thing to do without people heckling. Anyway, no one wants to unmute. Fair enough. Whatever. So this is interactive. So Tasha's going to interact, and so is Dan. So. Are you ready to think? Nod if you're ready to think. Blink if you're ready to think, Amber. Yes, Nils is ready to. Thank you, Miss Amber, looking gorgeous. So, question, Amber. Mouth this answer if you know it. What do you call a really altruistic lesbian?
Wow.
No. No
Ellen
idea.
the Generous. Ellen the Generous. I'm glad Jeanette's breaking half a smile. Okay, I was wrong. Thank you, Jeanette. Anyway, thank you, Jay. Can I call you Jay? Okay, I'll call you Jay anyway. What did Michael Jackson say when he burnt his hand cooking?
Don't know.
Amber, you know. Sing it with me. He said, Hey. Ooh, ooh. I got some really dirty Michael Jackson jokes, but anyway, we'll leave that for the real thing. Another question, okay? This is for Lisa. I don't want to leave Lisa out. How could you leave Lisa out? Is it Lisa or Lisa? Anyway, it's nice to meet you.
Lisa.
A gorgeous name for a gorgeous why couldn't the loser get a seat on the tube?
I don't know.
Because he saw a sign that said, please keep defeat off the seats. Defeat, he's a loser.
I get it.
You are horrifying. Thanks for laughing. Anyway, so people often ask me what I do outside of comedy. Can you believe it? I'm so good, they think I've got a day job. Anyway, so I tell them that I'm a tour guide, okay? So the other day, I had a French client called John Paul, and he said to me, boom, boom, I want the London experience. So I stabbed him. You don't get any more London than that, do you? I mean, look at the statistics. This is the place to come if you really want a piercing. Anyway, he loved it so much, he came back for more. He said, boom, boom, I love autumn. But what do the trees do to the leaves in spring? I said, turn them green. Do you know London? Do you know London? If you know London, you know that, miss. All right, Amber Rizzle. Ambeezy, that's your new name. He said to me, he's always asking things, this Jean Paul. He said, boom, boom, the girls in London, they're very difficult. They do not initiate. I said, well, Abby would. I've got to wait for Amber to laugh. Anyway, next, this ungrateful, highly demanding client said to me, he said, boom, boom, this cardigan is giving me, I bought it from Primark and it's giving me a rash. I said, well, that's the Woolwich. Anyway, moving swiftly on. I'm from a place in London called Harlesden, right? Does anyone know Harlesden? Blink twice if you know Harlesden. You don't want to know Harlesden. Anyway, when you're traveling to Harlesden on the tube, you'll know when you're there even with your eyes closed, because the Harlesden is a place where they're so ugly they have to break their faces to you gently like it's bad news. You know, when you're getting on the tube, when you're on the tube there, the people are so ugly. You know you're there because the good-looking people get off at the station before. That's how bad Harlesden is. Harlesden's known for two things, right? It's known for its biscuit factory and its dump, right? The locals call them the shookies, shit, cookies. Sometimes in Harlesden, the smell is so bad that you have to close your windows and fart just to throw off the scent. I know Amber knows that one, and Lisa. That's quite an Islington coping method. Anyway, that's why I'm glad I moved. That's why I'm glad I moved to Islington, because in Islington, at least the smells are concentrated to one area. Anyone know what that area is? No, okay. It's 222 Upper Street. Thank you very much, guys. Love you.
Oh, no.
We did it! You're amazing! Oh